Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're at. My name is Chef Kevin Barko with Cancer Fighters with another great recipe this week. We're going to do salmon in papillote, or salmon in a pouch. Quite a great way, an easy way to have seafood, in particular salmon. Put any seafood in here. You put cod. Sea bass would work well in here as well, and that's a great white fish as well. A little bit more expensive than salmon or cod from Alaska, but it does turn out great with this recipe. The first part of the recipe is making the parchment paper pouch. And so you take a piece of parchment paper and you fold it in half. And this is a piece about 16 inches by 16 inches roughly. And you take your scissors in light of Valentine's Day, and you're going to make a heart out of this parchment paper. We're going to start down at the bottom here and go across and almost to the top. And again, we're making basically a shape of a heart, and we'll bring it down back to the crease, and we have a heart. And with the heart is where we're going to load in the ingredients. And again, the cool thing about this recipe in a pouch is your vegetables and your entree are together. So when it comes out of the oven, you can open the pouch and you have your dinner already done, your vegetable and your protein. The other nice thing about this recipe is if you're having guests for dinner and you have 4 or 6 people to cook for and you want to serve something like salmon, you could do these ahead of time and just put the whole tray in the oven and everyone gets their pouch. It's really quite an easy dinner to do for a small crowd. So let's get started. What we'll do is put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of the heart right in the center, and I've also made up a little batch of what I call blessing, and this is basically a vinaigrette that we showed you a couple weeks ago, and we're just going to put a little bit of that with the olive oil on the bottom of this dish. Then we're going to add the vegetables. In the recipe it calls for zucchini, fennel, red pepper, and some carrots, just to give it a little bit more color and a little bit more flavor. You're welcome to add any combination. You just want them to be semi-thin and similar so they cook evenly. So again, use your imagination on that. Then have a piece of salmon that we're going to put right on top. And on top, I'm going to put some fresh ground pepper. How I would season it, simply, and some sea salt. And that's as simple as I want to go. I'll put a little bit more olive oil on top. And we'll just brush that again with our blessing. Some folks will add a little bit of white wine to this, and you're certainly welcome to do that. There's a lot of variations of this recipe that you could do. And then we're going to just move the salmon over just a little bit so that the heart comes together and all those vegetables are kind of covered by the salmon. We're going to start down here at the bottom and just start folding this over so we create a really tight seal on this parchment paper. And this recipe is as simple as that. You can also add to the top or on the bottom lemon or lime if you'd like. Makes for a nice look and it adds a little citrus flavor to it. But then you can also add the lime or the lemon when you're done as well, once the pouch is open. Some people would garnish it with a piece of parsley or dill on top. You're certainly welcome to do that. But this is salmon in papillote. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to throw this in the oven and we'll be back to show you the finished product in just a few minutes.